going on, guys? You are locked into Trending with Nate, and today I have the multi-genre DJ and now actress, DJ Manny. Welcome to BritAsia TV.
Hello, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So let's get straight into it. Let's learn a bit more about you, because I feel like you popped off on the scene on TikTok, and it was like you came out of nowhere. You were always on the FYP, and it was something we had never seen before. It was like a brown girl with all these crazy bashment mixes, and I think that's what really attracted everyone to you at the start. So how did you first get into it?
So I actually got into it during lockdown. Well, to be fair, it wasn't a DJ TikTok at all. Like, I didn't even know back then how to DJ. So I literally just would film, you know, those silly like comedy skits during lockdown. And then I literally taught myself how to DJ. So then I just thought, why not pop one on TikTok, see how it does. And it got, I think, 10,000 views, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I just kind of picked it up from there, and then just carried it on.
So before that, there was just no interest in becoming a DJ pre-lockdown?
No, there's always been an interest, but I never kind of took that step forward into learning myself. But then it was lockdown, I was like, well, I've got nothing else to do, so let me just pick up the decks and like, teach myself.
So with that first video, with the response you got, did you expect it to gain the traction it did?
No, not at all. Especially with the music that I used to play. So it was obviously bashment, dancehall. That was pretty much it. So I didn't expect that to kind of blow up, because when you look at me, you don't think that I listen to bashment, or you know, I'm heavy on the bashment mixing and stuff. So I was quite surprised.
But the thing is, to be fair, a lot of us have grown up in that era when we were listening to a lot of Vibes Cartel. For the video I don't know, like we're going to show you in a second. But we did like listen to everything growing up, right? So then what made you kind of go then into the Punjabi side of things too?
So the Punjabi started, not even like gonna lie, it was like literally like 2 years ago. It's very recent. Before that I didn't listen to it.
No way.
I was so just out of touch with the whole culture. Like, I loved it at weddings and stuff, etc. But I wouldn't like go out and listen to it in my spare time. And then I made a few mixes for radio stations and things like that. And I had to learn it. And I wanted to, because it's, you know, more variety, more audience, etc. And it's my audience really, isn't it? Like my family and stuff. So I literally just made a mix, learned the songs in the mix, and then I was like, do you know what, this is actually all right. And then my bubby listens to a lot of Punjabi as well, and I spend a lot of time with her. So it naturally just came to me, and now I just don't stop listening to Punjabi music.
Love it. Do you think people kind of expected it from you as well?
With the Punjabi? No. Not at all, because I was literally so out of touch. I was a complete like coconut, shall I say. Honestly, I could say that about myself. No, so when obviously I did start listening to Punjabi music, everyone was like, what? You know, where's the Vibes Cartel? Like, as you said.
Manny, are you okay?
It was, so it was a shock to everyone else, but now I'm completely on that side.
What about your TikTok audience though? Because when they came across you first, it was very bashment dancehall. So were there ever comments like, where's the Punjabi? Or when you started doing the Punjabi, were people like, what are you doing?
Not really. It was a kind of shift from audience on my TikTok. My main TikTok audience is actually abroad. It's all in the Caribbean and places like that, Trinidad and, you know, countries. But so I kind of have them both there, if that makes sense. So they're the OG followers. And then when I started mixing, I did it kind of generally. I mixed a bashment song with a Punjabi beat, for example. I kind of did it that way. Because that's, again, my two favourite genres. So I did it like that. And gradually, the Punjabi lot started to follow me. And then, it kind of went from there. And then now, that's all you kind of hear on my TikTok, just Punjabi music.
So during lockdown, I feel like there was this big rise in female DJs, a lot more that we ever saw before. So during that time when there's so many that have come out of the woodworks, do you feel like there were some that were just jumping on the trend?
I wouldn't even say that just in female DJs. For example, as a DJ, when you watch other DJs perform, or you hear their mixes, or you see their attitude towards what they're doing, sometimes it can come off very, I don't enjoy it as much as you should, if that makes sense. But that, again, that's not just for females. That's for any kind of DJ. As one myself, you do notice these things, and you do pick up on if they're generally vibing or they're just doing it for the camera, if that makes sense. But yeah, you can see in my videos, I'm all for it.
No, you are literally having the time of your life. So do you think those people that are kind of just doing it, and you as a DJ can sense like, you know what, they're not really into this?
Yeah.
Do you think for them it was more kind of like, this is what's popping right now, let me jump on this?
Not really, only because TikTok is so big.
Yeah.
You can do anything on TikTok. It doesn't have to be DJing. It depends on what you want out of this as well. If you're doing DJing just for the sake of it, to be on camera or to be, you know, in front of an audience, sorry. Or if you're just doing it to get views, or you're just doing it, I don't know, because you're bored. Whatever the reason is, it completely depends. I don't know.
Even though now there is like a rise in the female DJs.
Yeah.
I still feel like there's only a small group of you, even though it feels like everyone came up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All of us did, and I do still think it's a select group.
Yeah.
Now, navigating that, do you feel like people have been supportive to you, or is it kind of like there's only space for a few of us in this industry?
No, I would say everyone has been very, very supportive, especially because it kind of all came from lockdown.
Yeah.
Before that, no one really knew about female DJs at all. We all kind of just sprung up out nowhere during lockdown. So because I started then, people have been supportive since then. Yeah. But for example, now if someone, a female for example, would come up and say DJing, they might say that to them, if that makes sense. So yeah, because I've been here a long time, I think.
It's true. You were the blueprint.
You're the blueprint. Yeah.
What about like your family's reactions and stuff when you said, okay, I'm a DJ now?
My mum was like, you're not serious. Like, no. But my dad's always been very supportive in whatever I want to do. In acting, because I've been doing that for a long time. DJing, he was like, yeah, go do it. Yeah. But my mum held back a little bit. Yeah. But once I started, she was like, yeah, this is amazing. Go for it, girl.
When she saw the number, she was like, yeah, this girl's getting booked. She's busy.
Yeah, but no, they're both very, very supportive. My whole family was, to be fair, and still is.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how it is very much a male-dominated industry, regardless of whether it's like a DJ industry, music, producing, it is heavily male, and it has been like that for years. Yeah. So now for you going into that, and you're a young woman, was it ever daunting?
It was daunting coming out of lockdown because I was so used to being at home, not really. You learn so much as a DJ in general, like going out, reading an audience and things like that. I had no idea how to do. So that, in terms of that way, yeah, it was daunting for that reason. But in terms of the male industry, I feel like we as females have a lot more pressure to live up to. Yeah. Because people look at DJs and be like, oh my God, you're a female. Like, do you know what I mean? I did a gig once. I remember a guy, was it a guy or a girl? I think a girl came up to me and she was like, but you're a girl and you're a DJ. Way. Yeah. And I was like, what's the point?
So like, even comments like this coming from other girls?
Yeah, girls are very surprised as well. But it's like, you know, we live in a society now where girls and guys can be anything they want to be. Exactly. So people shouldn't really be shocked. I don't know.
We were talking about you as a female navigating through the male industry. Do you feel like the men at the start took you unseriously and kind of treated this whole female, not just you personally, but the female DJs as a gimmick?
I never kind of experienced any hatred from anyone. I've been very lucky in that sense. But I feel like the guys would look at the girls and think we're only getting views because of how we look. That was a very sort of strong point that kind of came across. Girls, you know, on TikTok, they get all the views, no matter how good the mix is or how rubbish the mix is.
Almost like pretty privilege.
Yeah, exactly that. But if you look at my TikTok, I don't care how I look. So for me, it was very like, well, mine's not really like that because I'll be in a full tracksuit, like no makeup, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? So it's more about the music for me. That's all I care about, really. But other female DJs do like to dress up and they do want to look good on TikTok, as you should, to be fair. Yeah. So maybe they might have got some comments about that. But luckily for me, it's all been good.
What about so like we were talking about earlier, you're multi-genre. Yeah. So when it comes to that, it's like you had two pathways you could go down. And I feel like going down the Asian route, sometimes people, artists, may feel they're going to get stuck in a box. when they're going down the Punjabi route? Did you ever feel like that?
Again, not really, only because I'm so open to learning so much more music and more things. So because I started to listen to it, it was again like kind of easier for me. Even with like the dancehall and bashment stuff, it is kind of tricky to now keep in touch with new music from every single genre. Yeah. Like hip hop I don't listen to at all. R&B I only listen to old school. Like bashment and dancehall I'm still very keen on. But again, because there's so much that I need to learn, it's very difficult to like keep in with every single genre that I
have every single thing that's out there.
Yeah.
So do you feel like now you need to cater for all your audience because you still have that OG from back in the day?
Yeah.
So what's that like navigating through, I guess, being overwhelmed?
Yeah, it is difficult. Only because as well, if I don't, especially on TikTok, most of the followers are from the Caribbean. So if I don't post Caribbean content or bashment and dancehall mixes, they might unfollow me, which is fine. But I do want to keep them there because that's still where my heart is. Do you know what I mean? And even with Punjabi. So I do, again, like I said before, I do kind of mix the two songs together, two genres together, should I say, to keep everyone happy and to keep, that's what I like.
That's your passion.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, you're watching me as a DJ. Even when you go out and you see me DJ, I'm going to play what I like because you've booked me as a DJ.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm kind of showing you who I am. Do you know what I mean?
And I guess that's why they've booked you, because they've seen you vibe and enjoy your mixes.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that like really difficult like clients where they're like, go on, tell us your
story. Oh gosh, I've done a few weddings. I work for a company, Musical Movements. So I've done a few weddings and corporate events with them. But it's not just like in the wedding industry, even like club bookings or anything like that, even like lounges.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people have an opinion on what you should play or what they like you to play or whatever. Yeah. But as a DJ, it's basically requests. The topic is requests. We don't like requests. Like, it depends actually. If it's a really hard gig and I'm really struggling, for example, I did one for a charity event for I think 16, 17-year-olds, 17, not 70. And I don't know what they listen to. Yeah. Maybe like Central C and stuff like that, but I can't play that for you because it's too explicit.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's really difficult in that sense. It's like, what do I play? So requests like that are fine because they were telling me what they like, and I was like, thanks guys. Like, I had to say no to a few because of the swear words and things like that.
Keep it PG.
Keep it PG. But yeah, certain weddings, sometimes people are very unprepared, or in like lounges and bars and clubs, they ask, can you like play, say for example, Arabic music? And I'm like, well, I don't know any. Yeah. So I should know, maybe, you know, cater to everyone, but at that particular moment in time, I don't know any. So for you to even like request that to me, why did you book me? Do you know what I mean? Because that's not who I am. Yeah, that's not what I play. That's not what I'm about. So eventually, I will go down that route. But for the meantime, it's bashment, dancehall, Punjabi, you know, even old school Punjabi. R&B, you know, that sort of thing.
So you started off on TikTok, social media, then lockdown eased. Yeah. And I feel like everyone was kind of in a weird transition and no one really knew how to act. Like, but as now a DJ, you established yourself as a DJ. Yeah. How was it making that transition into now, like, I'm getting booked? And like you said, like you've done corporate events, weddings, these are all completely different locations, different people. What was that like for you mentally, firstly?
Mentally, it was, I don't really get nervous, but it was a struggle. I was like, you know, to be fair, in general, I don't like leaving my house. Yeah. So when I, you know, get booked and stuff, I always kind of ask people around me, should I do this or get advice? Because I knew so many DJs back then. So I'd always ask them, like, how do I go about this? What should I do? How much should I charge? Like, what's the kind of vibe? Because I had no clue.
Oh, there's so much to it.
There's so much, exactly.
This,
especially back then, I wasn't signed to Musical Movements. Yeah. So if they wanted to book me privately, like for a Mendy, for example, I would need speakers and lighting and etc. Wow, yeah, which I just didn't have. I'd have to borrow it if I did one. So that was quite daunting. Yeah. But luckily, then I did get signed, and the whole team are there for me, and they do everything for me, which is great. And I just turn up. But yeah, I did seek help from a lot of friends and family, because a lot of my family are DJs as well.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, so I did ask them for help all the time. But yeah, it was all right, to be fair. I got through it.
So it was kind of like an easy transition. You made it work.
I made it work. Definitely made it work.
I feel like DJs also end up being hosts and everything. Like, it's not just being on the decks. You have to interact with the crowd.
Yeah, which is, I'm not a mic person at all. Honestly, I can't. Maybe at the end of the night, and I wouldn't get off of it.
Yeah.
But in general, speak on the mic, I was like, no, which is strange because I've done radio and stuff before.
Yeah.
But it's a completely different ball game when you're out trying to hype up an audience. It's completely different. So I didn't really like the mic at all, but eventually got comfortable and started miking. But
so what about now that like you've got these two separate worlds, like DJing in real life, and then socials? When you were like getting booked and busy on this side, did you feel the pressure of I still need to keep in touch with the social media?
Yeah.
Like, that's where I started. That's what I need to keep up.
Yeah, I still struggle now. If you look at my TikTok, I probably haven't posted a mix for like 3 weeks. Yeah. And then I do feel bad because I have like this routine and I would disappear for like 2-3 weeks and then come back with a mix. And then the comments are like, oh my God, you're back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, hi guys, sorry. But then again, I disappear again for 3 weeks and then they comment again. And it's like, oh guys, I feel so bad. Like, because obviously you follow me for a reason, you want to see content. And if I'm just busy with other things, I do fall behind on a lot of mixing. Sometimes I do make about 4 or 5 mixes in a day, have them in my drafts and then post them throughout the week. But then they just run out so quickly. And I'm like, oh.
And I feel like audiences on TikTok just want things constantly.
Yeah, they do.
I don't feel like they get like, you had to mix it first, maybe trial and error.
Yeah, 100%.
And then edit your videos yourself too.
I don't even do that. I literally film on TikTok and post on TikTok. I don't go on my camera roll or like film it on my normal camera. I literally straight TikTok, open, record, mix.
Love it.
Stop. But then there's a struggle because when people ask me for the mix on TikTok, I'm like, well, it's got at TikTok, like, you know, my at there.
True.
Because it's recorded there, but.
Also, what about when people want, like, do you ever get asked, like, is this on SoundCloud?
Yeah, all the time. But again, I'm just recording it off TikTok, so I'd have to go away completely, like record a whole live sort of set, live edit, shall I say.
There's so much to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot.
So not only are you a DJ, you are a multi-talented woman.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So you're also an actress.
Yeah.
And you've landed your first major role in a movie, but this isn't your first role, period. So talk about how you got into acting.
So acting is something I've always wanted to do. I've been doing it for maybe 7 years. Do you know what? I've been saying 6 or 7 for a couple of years. Maybe it's like 8. Maybe at the 8 mark.
At this one.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, even when I was younger, I would always just pretend to be something random. Yeah. And I was just a little actress basically when I was little.
Love it.
And then like even in drama school, I was always like a top student, shall I say? Yeah.
Love it.
In school, in drama. Then I went to drama school on Saturdays in Chiswick in London. No way. There for about a year or 2. And then I signed up to an agency that does background work. And I've literally been doing that ever since I was 16, I think.
Wow.
So yeah, about 8 years. And then since then, I've been in so many films. And because I've been with them so long, I've been getting better roles. For example, more feature roles. I was featured in House of Dragon, which is the Game of Thrones spin-off.
You were in that?
Yeah. I'm the Queen's handmaiden in, I think it's the first episode.
Oh, we need to go back and watch this.
I've not even seen it.
No way?
Yeah. So I'm helping her give birth. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
No, they should have watched it by now.
Yeah, to be fair.
It's been out like a year. No way.
Yeah, I've been in quite a few things. The Witcher on Netflix. The Lark, I think that's a spin-off. Or that was a code name for it, can't remember.
Way.
Aquaman. Aladdin. I can't even remember this. The list goes on.
The live action Aladdin?
Yeah. I was at the wedding at the end when they got married.
I'm going to go back and watch all of these. I'm going to send you like snaps.
Yeah.
No.
So I've been doing it for a long time, yeah.
So you've always been on more of this creative side?
Yeah.
Not too like the corporate?
No.
No, that's never. Not your vibe.
To be fair, in uni I studied media studies, which again is film production, did it at A-level, etc. So I've always been into TV and film. Behind the camera, in front of the camera, both kind of ways. So that's all I kind of know. I was a social media manager at one point for a gym, but it was office work. So I was like, this isn't me.
Not your vibe.
I'm way too like out there and creative to do this. So yeah, I left that.
Oh my! I can't get over House of Dragon and Aquaman and Tears. I'm sorry. That is insane.
It's quite a lot.
And now you are the lead in a movie alongside B2. So how did you land that?
So I feel like nowadays it's more of like who you know rather than who you're signed to or whatever. So I knew B2's cousin, Bobby.
We all know Bobby. We all know Bobby.
Everyone knows Bobby.
The world knows Bobby. Okay.
So B2 actually, I didn't know they were cousins at this point. I didn't even know about B2 really. I obviously heard of his songs, but I wasn't really familiar with what he's doing and who kind of is he now. So B2 asked Bobby, his cousin, do you know any actresses? And Bobby was like, yeah, I do actually. This girl, Manny. And then it literally went from there. He contacted me on Instagram DM saying, hi, Bobby's mentioned you, blah, blah, blah. Could you send me a show reel? So he sent me the script, just one page of the script. And I literally performed it as a show reel to the camera. Like you normally do as an actress, you have to kind of
So you still had to
do
audition.
show reels.
It wasn't like
the
role is yours.
No. But I sent it off and he really loved it. He said it was really professional, natural actor, it's yours.
Okay, so the trailer came out.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about earlier, you kind of went into the Punjabi industry a bit later. So I feel like for your viewers and your audience, like from back in the day, the OGs, they must have been like shell-shocked. Like, our Bashman DJ.
Yeah. Is it a Punjabi film?
A Punjabi movie.
Yeah.
And not only just like a little role, you are the main female lead. So what was the response when the trailer dropped?
I haven't really been putting anything about the film on TikTok. So I'll be surprised if my TikTok people kind of know about it. Again, because they're abroad. So it's like, well, they can't really go see it anyway.
Yeah.
And then in terms of like family and friends, they've known I've always been in TV. So they were like just really proud of me that I've done that in general. I've had a few comments like, since when are you an actress? And I'm like, most of my life.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not really a big, actually no, I would say I'm quite a private person. I don't kind of show off, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even on my Instagram, it'll be a few months, I'm like, oh my God, I haven't got anything for Instagram, let me just take a selfie and put it on there. Because I'm so not really with social media, which is hard to believe because of my following count, but I don't really keep up with it and stuff. So when I come out with a trailer, a poster, a song, everything like that, at the moment it's very overwhelming. But obviously when that all posted, it was like, what?
I know, I think even I was like, no, actually, I think I came across it on B2's platform.
Yeah.
And then I saw you, I was like, hang on.
Yeah, exactly. So people who don't really know me are very surprised, but friends and family, they've known I've done this.
Because I think from like the Punjabi industry, like you mentioning you were in Aladdin and the House of Dragon, we just never would have known.
Yeah.
So for us, it was kind of like, wait, like since when has she been an actress? Like, is this her first movie?
Yeah.
Like, how did this happen?
Yeah, I just don't really put it out there. Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah.
Do you feel like this kind of pressure that people want to know more about your personal life on socials, etc.?
Not really. I've never really had comments like, what are you doing? I did have a few saying like, oh, can you do a day in the life?
Yeah.
And I was like, sure. And I did one. But it was like so long to film. It was like my whole day. Because again, I'm not really on TikTok like that. You get loads of influencers on TikTok constantly, every day, just filming random things or what they're doing in their life. I'm not like that. I never have been. I don't think I ever will be. Because again, I'm quite private. But in terms of mixes, they do wonder where's my mixes, which is fine because that's what you're here for. Do you know what I mean?
People ever kind of class you as an influencer just because of the social numbers?
Yeah, I do get called an influencer, but I don't really like that because I'm like, well, what am I influencing?
All right, so the title track was the first song to drop when you guys released like the trailers and everything. So let's talk about the song for a second. I want you to introduce it. What's it called? What's the vibe?
So the song is produced and directed by B2. It's called Muchvarta. It's basically an insight to the film because it's the title song. So in the film, the lyrics are about basically, so B2's character is called Guru, and my character is called Harps. And in the movie, Guru fancies Harps and basically tries to kind of, you know, like her a bit, if that makes sense. And my character's very like, no, I don't like you, you know, sort of go away. So the lyrics in that song are kind of like that. I say like, get away from me. What kind of person are you? You know, you're a little bit. No, I say you're a little bit desi, a little bit crazy. You're not a bit me, basically. So it kind of shows you what the film's kind of entails, shall I say.
Love it.
But yeah, it's a good song.
What was it like just being on a Punjab B movie film set? Tell us about some funny stories while you were there.
Oh gosh, okay. So obviously I've been in film sets for years and years, but a Punjabi film set is quite hectic, as you can imagine. The crew was all flown out from India.
Oh wow.
So there was a team, quite a small team, maybe between 15 to 20 people. We had a few guys on lighting, a few guys on sound, well, one guy on sound, etc. So it wasn't that bad compared to English. You know, you've got so many people on set and stuff. So it was quite hectic, people running around and stuff like that. And we tried to film it all within 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we had a strict schedule. And obviously the team was staying here. So obviously they'd wake up straight away on set, filming away. Okay. So we'd film throughout the whole day, wrap in the evening. But again, because it was constant, every single day, trying to get it done.
Yeah.
Everyone was tired. And to be fair, in the evenings, I do remember us going a bit loopy, especially me and B2. Yeah. B2, honestly, I don't know how he does it. He had no sleep, barely even ate, drank water, but he just had so much energy. But I think it's because, you know, he was the main man. He had to keep everyone, you know, in check and stuff. So hats off to him, to be honest.
He also directed it as well as being the lead.
Yeah.
What a busy man.
He's a busy man.
No.
Yeah.
What was it like for you going from amazing roles you've already done, but now being like the main woman? Like, was there another like sense of pressure, nervousness?
No, I felt more comfortable, to be honest, because even doing background work, I find it's difficult to do more difficult to do background work than it is to be acting in front of a camera like properly. Yeah.
Really?
Only because background, you're mimicking, you're miming, you're not actually doing anything. You kind of have to look at your surroundings and think, what should I be doing?
What would this person do?
Yeah. No one really tells you, or if like a fight is breaking out there, like, do you watch it? Like, what do you kind of do? Do you know what I mean? So in terms of that, it can be quite difficult, and they're long days as well. Whereas being a main cast, you kind of have that break and you can go sit down whenever you want to. Do you know what I mean? Because if they're not filming your scene, I don't need to be there.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that sort of thing. And again, I'm more of a natural actor, so it comes to me naturally. I don't feel pressure. I just do it, if that makes sense.
You just get into the role.
Just get into the role and it's me, yeah. Well, my character, but yeah.
Harps.
Yeah, Harps.
Absolutely amazing. All right, so it's now time for our quick fire.
Okay.
Very, very simple, easy questions. So the first one, if you were hosting a dinner, and you could invite 5 people, dead or alive, who would they be?
Oh gosh. Okay. Oh gosh. I'm gonna go with Will Smith. Not sure why. Love him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for Dex Adapts. I love him. I'm his biggest fan. I'm gonna go for Stacey Solomon. Again, love her.
Yeah.
I love everyone that I'm saying, because I love her. I'm gonna go for Sidhu Musiala. And I'm gonna go for, you said 5 people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
I think it's a small, intimate dinner party.
Oh, and I'm gonna go with, have I forgot their name? I'm gonna go with Tupac.
What?
That was a complete switch. I thought about someone on social media and then I thought, no, Tupac.
Sidhu and Tupac.
Yeah, legends.
Oh my God, legends. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you prefer home cooked food or a takeaway?
Home cooked food. Yeah.
Love it. Okay, your dream collab.
Oh, I don't know if this is a collab or just working together. But I've always wanted to lip sync in music videos, so I would love to. Do I have to say one name?
No, you can say 2.
I would just love to lip sync in any sort of Punjabi, like Karan Aujla, any of his songs, Diljit Dosanjh, 100%. Anyone in the Punjabi music industry.
Female lead. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so you love Will Smith.
Yeah.
So remember in Men in Black, you got the eraser.
Yeah.
If there's any mix of yours that you could erase, what would it be?
Is it a full length mix or like a TikTok mix?
Like a TikTok mix.
Oh, so I need to think back to all my mixes now.
Is there one that you thought would bang and then it just didn't, and like you look back and like, nah, shouldn't have done that?
Saying that though, I know this is a quick fire round, but just quickly. The first mix I did, the Salty Engage one, I'm pretty sure I uploaded it like 3 times. Because I was like, this is a banging mix.
Yeah.
I was like, it needs to get more views.
Yeah.
So I actually deleted it, posted it, deleted it, posted it again. And that's when it got like 10K.
No way.
Yeah. But then I've got a few mixes on my TikTok that are like for promotional stuff and whatever. And it's not really like my audience.
Yeah.
And I do advise whoever's asking me to do a promo, I do advise that that's not really my audience, but I'm happy to help you sort of thing. But I'm guessing I would erase those sort of ones.
Have you ever had like a moment where you've made a mix and you love it?
Yeah.
And you post it, but it's just not got the love you feel like it deserves, apart from this one that we spoke about?
Yeah, there's a few, yeah.
Like, it's just like, why aren't people getting this? Because this sounds sick.
Like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, like, oh, you're not hearing what I'm hearing.
It's not working? Yeah. Yeah, but then again, a lot of my mixes are my taste. They're not commercial.
Yeah.
So if they don't like the song, they don't like the song. Or they don't know the song.
Yeah.
Because it's just in my top 3, for example.
Love it. Love it. Okay, what's the weirdest food combination you like?
Oh, gosh. I like dipping my toast in my tea.
You know what? My mum does that.
Okay, fine. That's the weirdest thing I can think of.
Even like a croissant, she'll dip into her tea and milk.
Oh, no.
Like, Mother, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, Mum. No,
Well, she thinks it bangs. All right, I'll let you have that one.
Thanks.
Okay, what's the worst chat-up line that's been used on you?
Oh, you get the cringy pickup lines. Do you know what? It's not even pickup lines that I hate. I just don't like DMs in general.
Don't slide in.
No, just don't. Cheesy's pickup line. I've had the typical, did you fall from heaven?
Oh my God.
Yeah, those ones. What was one yesterday? Oh no, I can't even say that. I can't even say it.
Okay, let's not go there.
But I've had a few little icky ones.
What's your biggest ick?
Oh, I've got loads. We'll be here all day. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to say a few.
Go on.
I have to. When they lip sync to songs and the words are wrong.
Yeah, I hate that. Oh, that is one of my biggest pet peeves. If you don't know the words, don't do it.
And you're still lip syncing.
You're like,
what are you saying?
In your mouth at this point? Oh my God, yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Also, when people pretending, for example, it's not really an ick, but it's a kind of a dig.
Go on.
When DJs, when DJs pretend to mix. So if they're in,
don't get me started on this one.
If they're in a bar and they got a door performance, for example, and it's a mix being sent to them, and the DJ's pretending to mix, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I can't.
I have some pathetic ones, like when guys wear a towel around their waist. Can't stand it.
Yeah, what are you doing?
No. If they run after coins on the floor when they drop out the pocket and they got to run after it. Running for the bus, anything like that.
Running for the bus, I cannot. Just wait for the next one.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I can't get over the fake mixing.
Yeah.
That's such, so cringy, because you can really tell.
Even as
like a non-DJ, you can tell.
You can tell.
Oh, disgusting. Okay. What's a red flag in the industry?
Red flags in terms of what? As in like for the person or for like the music industry?
For the music industry. Like if someone says something or does something and then straight away you're just like, no, your back's up.
Well, it depends. People are very opinionated these days. So if they have a bad opinion or controversial opinion, that's a red flag. If they're doing things with views, that's a big red flag. Because again, as DJs, as anyone in the music industry, if you're actually there for the right reason, you notice these things so quickly. And it is like, it's like a stab in the heart for us.
Like disgenuine people.
Yeah.
That are just there for
like music is such a big thing all over the world. So you have to appreciate it. And if people don't appreciate music, we can tell, and we're like, now red flag.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that.
That's a really good one. Okay, what's your guilty pleasure?
Chocolate.
Love that.
Chocolate.
Okay, favourite Punjabi artist?
At the moment, I'm going to go with Raf Sapira.
He's killing it.
Killing it right now.
He is killing it.
And Channy Nutton.
Oh, yeah. We love him. We love him here at Brit. Okay, last question.
Yeah.
What's your favourite city to perform in?
Ooh. To be fair, as DJ Manny, I'm going to have to say Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's only right.
It's only right. It's only right.
All right, you did really well at that.
Thank you.
Really, really well.
Thanks.
Okay, so before we go, what's next? What have you got planned? Any little exclusives you can give us?
Not really. But I'm going to continue doing what I do already because it's making me happy. It's making my audience happy. Wow, happy. Just keep doing what I do. Hopefully more films coming my way. Got a few lined up. I've got hopefully loads more music videos. That's really what I enjoy right now.
Yeah.
Lip syncing. I can't even speak Punjabi fluently, but I can lip sync Punjabi. I can fake it till I make it. In terms of lip syncing.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, hopefully loads more of that to come. And I will jump back on TikTok, guys.
Yeah, she will.
I will.
Amazing. So any last messages for your fans, for the audience, where can they find you?
You can find me on TikTok at its.djmanny. Instagram is the same handle. YouTube, I'm slacking in that department. But yeah, just thank you for all your support as well over the last couple of years. Love you all.